Resistance equals growth. A lot of us fall into struggles, into pain, into resistance in our life, and we look at it as a negative. We look at it as something that's going to hold us back, that's going to take us back, that's going to make us feel worse in the long run, and essentially take us back a step. But the truth is, resistance equals growth, and that's the reality with even say your muscles. Even from a physical level, resistance equals growth. When you put resistance on your muscles, it grows in the future. When you put resistance on your mind, it grows because it's forced to expand, it's forced to get better, it's forced to test its limits. And this is the same with you as a person. The resistance you face in this life, in this world, will seriously equal growth in you. Because if we don't view it from this perspective, like we're facing resistance in order for us to grow, we're going to view it from a more negative mindset. Therefore, we're going to hold ourselves back through that. And through that pain and the sadness we're feeling, we're going to tell ourselves that this is the worst thing that's ever happened. Oh, I can't get through this, I can't get through this. I'm struggling so much. And ultimately, what you tell yourself manifests in reality in regards to how you get through that situation. And I want you lot to understand that when you're facing a bit of resistance, when you're facing a bit of sadness, a bit of pain, a bit of resistance in general, understand that you're going to grow from it. And this is the same with me and my situations and my scenarios. I'm going through a little bit of hardship, stress in my life in general at the moment, and you're always bound to go through stress and hardship. But overall, I understand that when I'm put in a situation where I'm forced to recollect myself, forced to actually test myself in regards to my personality, in my belief in myself, that allows me to get through and grow better through that, and I can use that as a positive reinforcement in the future. And that's the message overall. If we constantly look at the hardships and the resistance that we face in general, we're always going to hold ourselves back. We're always going to hold ourselves as someone who can't achieve anything, someone who can't get through a situation, someone who can't get through any goal, essentially, you know? And it's important for us to find the positives in the situation we are facing in general. And that's overall what we need to do. Because let's think, if we look at a situation, it's the worst situation, I'm never going to get better from this, I'm never going to get through this, we are going to ruin ourselves and our self-esteem during that, and how we literally view ourselves, how we literally act during that. And that's not what we want, is it? That's not what we want. And overall, I used to view it from this mindset with me. I used to view it from a mindset of I'm never going to get through this situation, or how am I going to bounce back from this? And ultimately, I stayed in that pain longer than I actually needed to stay in that pain. I stayed in that sadness longer than I needed actually to stay in that sadness. And overall, this just ruined me as a person in general. And that's what I want you lot to understand. When we look from a perspective of muscle growth, resistance equals growth. When we look from the perspective of getting better, your mind being expanded, your mind growing, it equals growth. So why would that not equal that in any other area of your life? You know what I mean? And ultimately, we go through tests in life, and I feel like I'm put through certain tests, and I bet you lot feel like you're put through certain tests to literally test your belief in yourself, test your belief in the world, test your belief in what you believe in. And it's important for us to look at a perspective and a positive perspective during that, instead of us viewing it from an absolute negative perspective. And that's the reality with this stuff. And I just want you lot to understand that we need to experience resistance in this life. We need to experience resistance, because if we didn't experience resistance, it'd just be easy. And therefore, we won't actually try to better it. We won't actually try to recollect how we view ourselves. We won't recollect our life. We won't recollect how we literally view our perspective in our life, the perspective, the views on things that we have. And therefore, we'll just stay in the same place, because we won't need to change it, because we're facing no resistance, facing no struggles, we're facing no pain. So why would we change it? But that's what we need, resistance, because we need to change ourselves, we need to test ourselves, we need to better ourselves. And it's almost like this life's a test of your belief at times. It's a serious test of your belief, it's a serious test of your hardship, and a serious test of what you truly believe in yourself as, and what you can get through, how much you can get through in order to better your situation and your scenario. And that's the truth. That's the truth of this. And that's what I feel like in my life, and I guarantee you feel like that in your life. There's situations that you never thought you can get through, but you get through them. Let's say you felt depressed before, extremely depressed, extremely suicidal, whatever it is. You've had mental health issues. If you've got through that, you've went through a serious test. If you're able to see brighter days after that, you've went through serious tests. So it's important to understand that resistance allows us to grow and show us what we can actually get through in general, you know? And that's what I view myself as, and that's what I view my mental health struggles in the past as. Resistance, struggles, pain. that I needed to get through in order to test myself, in order to build the mind that I've got now, in order to build a mind where I keep moving forward no matter what in myself, no matter what external situations happen, no matter what internal situations happen. I try to use that as motivation for me to push forward and me to better myself. No matter if there's a crow fucking being loud, I use that to better me forward and to better my situation and better my scenario and better me as a person, and to take myself up to a next version of myself and the next level of myself. And that's what it's moreover about. That's what it's about. It's about us facing resistance in this life to see if we can get through it, see if we can get through this test, see if we can get through this struggle, so we believe in ourselves more, so we believe in the world more, so we believe in essentially whatever you believe in. If it's God, whatever you believe in that more, and you believe in yourself more. And that's what it's about. And when you got this unlimited belief in yourself, a lot of things become achievable. Even in a case of a delusional sense, they become achievable because you know you can keep pushing and keep pushing and keep pushing no matter what. And that's what we need, you know. That's what we need in this life, because if we're able to make the most out of the hardships, the situations, the sadness that we face, how beautiful is that? If we're able to use that to our advantage, how beautiful is that? And it's an insanely beautiful situation and scenario for ourselves. And that's what it's about overall. And that's the overall message in this video. Use the resistance that you face in your life as an experience to grow. Use it as in your mind that you're going to grow from this. You're going to grow from this resistance you're facing. You're going to grow from the struggle that you're facing. And you're going to better your situation through this scenario you're facing. You're going to better your belief. You're going to better your own mental fortitude during that situation. And that's how we have to view this stuff in general. Because without that, we're going to give up. We're going to give up. We're going to give up through the struggles we face. We're going to give up through everything we face. No matter if it gets a tiny bit hard, we're going to give up. And that's not what we want, do we? We want to view it from the perspective of we can achieve getting through this sadness, this pain that we're feeling. And therefore, if we get through that time and time again, we're going to believe in ourselves so much more in comparison to us feeling like we're nothing and we're never going to get through anything. And that's why we need resistance, in order for us to grow and to understand that we can keep growing and growing and growing, and we can get through anything if we truly put our mind to it, and if we truly try to adapt through that situation and learn from that situation. So I hope you lot got a lot of value in this video. Like, comment and subscribe. Thanks for all the love recently. It means the world to me. Thank you.